Welcome to Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks. I'm Michelle Fitzgerald, aka Fitzy, and I'm here to help you make your scrapbooks look fabulous. I'm an independent advisor for creative memory scrapbooking, and I'm going to be showing you some tips and techniques and tricks. Last week, we played with the circle cutter, and this week I'm actually going to show you a 2-page spread that you can create with this. Pretty easy, actually, so I think you'll like it. One thing I want to touch on before I start, last week, if you saw my video, I had my bee costume on, and I have it on again. And the funny thing is, I recorded this video at 1 o'clock in the morning last week up in Maine. I was at an advisor training, and their theme was based on bees. So that's why I was dressed that way, and I don't think I mentioned it in the video. This week, I have my own weekend for National Scrapbooking Day. Myself and my team members are holding our second annual NSD virtual scrap weekend, and we're having a lot of fun. And the theme is, what's all the buzz about? Hence the costume. Yeah, we're a little goofy, but that's what makes us fun. All right, so I'm gonna switch over to my workspace, and we'll get started. So this is the layout we're going to be creating. I'm using the NSD project recipe kit. And I just might add, even though it's no longer available on the website, I still have a bunch here in my inventory. So if you're in need, reach out and let me know. I'd be happy to get one to you. All right. So this involves, as you can see, the circle cutter and having a little bit of fun with that. I'm also going to show you a little trick with the bee punch. All you'll need, if you want to scrap along with me, you're going to need your circle cutter. You're going to want your smallest oval and your blue blade. And if you, I think it's pattern number 4 for the oval, if you number yours, okay? You're going to want your repositionable tape runner. I love this thing. And if you have your bee punch, definitely get that out. All right, let me move this away and get some paper out for you. So this kit is a lot of fun, and there's some cloud paper, really pretty in this kit, and on the other side there's honeycomb paper. I'm going to use the honeycomb as my background, I think, anyway. We'll see how it looks once I get everything cut. So I'm going to put these to the side for now and go back to my flowery bee paper. It's so pretty, isn't it? Very springy. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm using 2 13-inch mats. If you have at least one, that would be helpful. 2 is great. All right, so I'm going to take my paper. Let me just move things out of the way up here. And we're going to start by putting our paper at the 4-inch mark. So I'm going to do 4 inches from the side, and then I'm going to bring it down to 4 inches vertically. All right. So I'm 4 inches up here and I'm 4 inches down here. Hopefully that all translates well on my computer screen. All right. Now I'm going to take my circle cutter. Now we have on the circle cutter these 2 clear plastic pieces, and I'm going to call them wings because they kind of look like wings. That's what I think of when I look at this. And on our wings, we have these black straight lines. And that's where you're going to measure. You're going to put all your measurements on that black straight line. Okay. So on this, if you look at the side with the blade, and this where my finger is right here, this is what holds the blade. It's in here. You'll press down on this and you'll push in on this white button to engage the blade. You'll see that in a minute. All right. But what you want to know is the white markings are what we use for the cutting. and on the top of the black markings. And that's what we use if we're going to use the pen to draw. And where my finger is right here, that's the pen holder. All right. So now what I need to do, I want to pick what width I'm going to actually cut at. So I'm going to turn the dial. Now this white piece is the dial. You're going to want to tighten it up, but I'm going to warn you, don't tighten it too much because you need to be able to loosen it without moving things. So see how I'm not like going all the way around to tighten. It's tight right there. I don't need to tighten it anymore. Okay. And I think that's important for you to know. Now, when I am doing this, I am going to line up my wings at the 4-inch mark. So I'm going to come back here, and I know this is the 4-inch mark here. So I'm going to make sure that that black line measures, oh, let me get it in the light so you can see that black line there is going to line up with the edge of my paper. All right. Now I may just have to get my head in the way for 1 second to make sure I got it correct. All right, then what I'm going to do, oops, I should show you this too. See this piece here on the end, how it bumps out? That's pretty much the center point of the side. Now on the other side, they didn't actually give you a center point. So I went with a ruler and took a Sharpie and just measured where the center seemed to be. So I'm going to line up that Sharpie mark to the edge of my paper, that bottom edge. So again, my wings are on the 4-inch mark, and now I'm going to bring my Sharpie mark all the way to the edge of the paper. So looking down, there's not a lot of the tool on the paper, but that's okay. You'll see why in a sec. All right, so I have turned the dial and I'm measured out all the way to make as big of an arc as I can. So this will give me just under 12 inches. Can't quite get 12 inches out of it, okay? But I'm just making sure I'm lined up correctly. Let me put my head in here one more time. Okay, now I am going to push down on my left, with my left hand, because I am a righty. So you want your, the hand you use all the time, your dominant hand, I guess, to do the pushing down, and you, the less dominant hand rather, because your dominant hand is going to do the cutting or the drawing, okay? So now I'm going to engage my blade. I'm going to push this white piece in, and I'm going to push down, and now I'm going to cut. All right, don't move anything yet, because now what I want to do, I'm going to flip this over here, and I'm going to undo. See why I didn't want you to tighten it? You need to make this really easy on yourself. Now I am going to move this down just a little bit. Let's see, let's go to, I'm going to go to like 10.6. So that's about the third, let's see, the second hashtag from the little tick mark from the 11-inch, okay? So again, I'm going to tighten up, but not too much. Go easy. I'm going to press in on the white and down on the blue to engage my blade, and I'm going to cut again. All right, and now I'm going to spin it around. Don't move it yet. And now I'm going to move down again, untighten that white dial, and let's make a big jump. I'm going to go to about 9 inches. And when I'm adjusting, notice that I'm still pressing down on this middle piece, and the only thing that's moving is the blue piece between the wings. The wings stay where they're supposed to be. They're staying because I'm pushing down on here, but this blue bar is moving. Now I'm going to move this to the 9-inch mark, and I'm going to tighten it again. Again, not too much, just tight enough. And I'm going to give it one more cut. All right. Now I'm going to lift it. Now let's see what we got here. Ha, look at that. Is that cool? Super easy to do. We just did that in what, 5 minutes? How simple, right? Okay, and look at, you could turn one the other way if you're using double-sided paper. All right, so now I'm going to take these pieces and put them to the side. Don't lose them because we need them for our layout. And now I'm going to take this piece. So I'm going to leave the piece, the part that was already cut over to the left-hand side. And I'm going to line this straight edge up to the edge of my 13-inch mat. Okay. I hope everyone can see that who's working along with me. So the wings, let's see, I want the Sharpie to be at the 6-inch mark. So again, here's my Sharpie mark. So I want to line it up. This is my 6-inch mark right here. So I'm going to line it up with that. Okay, but then, oops, I got to pick my measurement too. So my measurement is going to be, let's see, we're going to do 10 inches on this one. So pick your 10-inch measurement. Again, tighten it up just enough, but not too much. And now we're going to take the Sharpie mark and we're going to put that on the 6-inch line. That's a pretty easy one to line up with. And then we're going to line the wings up with the edge of the paper. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. And this is why you really need 2 mats so you can get this right. Okay, so once you have it lined up, you are, oops, second. We're going to push down. We're going to push in on the white, down on the blue to engage the blade. And we're going to cut. All right. And again, don't lift up on that just yet. Let's untighten it. And I'm going to spin it just so I can see my measurement. And now I'm going to pull the blue bar to the 8-inch mark. So make sure the little black lines on your wings are lined up to the 8-inch mark. All right. And again, you can tighten it, but not too much. And I'm going to spin this around like so. This is so easy to use once you know all of the tips and tricks. Look at that. How fun is that? So now I can flip it over. I can do this. Cute, 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 right? All right, so let's get our base pages here. Pull that back in. Looky, looky. I hope you're all having fun making this because I guess I avoided, and I don't know if anybody else has, if you've avoided this tool or if you have it and just haven't used it, would you put something in the comments? Because I would love to know that somebody else was just as intimidated by this tool as I was. I'm not going to lie, I was intimidated for sure. All right, but look how this page is now coming together, right? So I'm going to put this here like so, and I'm going to turn this one like this. And then let's see, let's do this one over here like this. All right. How cute is this? All right, so now you can take whatever embellishments you want, and let me just show you again. Whoops. I put some embellishments on this corner here. These all came out of the NSD mini embellishment pack. And then I used some, these are from the NSD layered embellishment kit. And these are inexpensive. I think they're $2 a kit. And then your project recipe kit's $13.50. So there were really pretty things in this kit. I hope nobody missed out on it. So now let me just show you how to make the little bees. The bees are easy. All right, so I'm going to take some goldenrod and some black. And I'm going to take my bee punch. And I'm going to punch out 2 little bees. Now, these standalone punches are really simple. you really just, oh, let me show you this, just so you know. This is the locking mechanism. So all you have to do is slide it, and then that pops up to engage the punch, okay? So you're just gonna go and punch. Sometimes I flip my punches upside down because I just like to see what I'm doing. And that's a me thing. You might like to do that too, or you might not. And there's no right or wrong here, so it's all good. All right, so we got 2 of these little cute black bees, like so. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move this because I need to use one of my mats here so I can show you what I'm doing. Now I'm gonna take my smallest oval and my blue blade, and I'm going to use the inside groove. Now in the custom cutting system, there's an outside groove and an inside groove on all of our patterns, okay? And then the little pegs from the blade, see these 2 little pegs here, they go into that groove. The yellow part here is what does the cutting, all right? So I'm going to make 2 little ovals. So there's one, and I'm just using, as you can see, a piece of scrap paper. I've been having fun with punches and oval making. Love playing with this bee punch. It's been so much fun. So now I'm going to take my repositionable tape runner, and I'm going to put some tape runner on the back of my bee and put this little oval on. And now look at, he's got color. Aren't they adorable? And then for a little added dimension, if you want, you can just kind of pinch these up a little bit. I don't know if any of you got the dragonfly punch, but I used to do that with the wings on the dragonflies too. So you can just punch it and look at. Now it's got dimension. Yes, it will flatten out once you put it into an album, but it does give it a little bit of dimension that, I don't know, I just think it makes it fun. All right, so here's my second little bee, and I like to do my embellishments in 3s because odd numbers are more pleasing to the eye, but that is a personal preference. So I'm just going to do 2 for now, so I don't keep you here all day. But now you know the little secret to get the little yellow part under the bee, right? Very, very easy. Now, if you don't have the ovals, I think I heard somebody say that they could do it with the 5-leaf punch as well. So that's another great tip. So I like to hear all these tips and tricks so that way I can get my pages done. They'll be quick and beautiful and fun. You gotta love what you're doing or you won't do it, right? Okay, so now that I have said all that and showed you your page, how to create this page, I'm hoping that if you create this, you'll share it with me. Put it in the comments if you would, or send me an email to show me what you did. I would love to see it, absolutely. And I'm just going to give you one final look at the final project so that you can see it. And if I can figure out how to do it, because I am still new at all this video YouTube stuff, I'll try to post a picture of myself and my team in our bee costume so you can see how we look. We'll see if I can figure it out though. So I hope you enjoyed this today. It was a quick and easy layout, and hopefully you feel a lot more confident about how to use the circle cutter. And I can't emphasize enough how important it is to just go and play with this. Use a piece of paper you don't care about and just keep making circles. That's what I did. And all of a sudden it doesn't feel awkward to use anymore. It actually feels almost like second nature. So I urge you to give that a try. I hope that if you liked this video, you will actually like it, and put something in the comments for me if you would. I would love to hear from people. It gets lonely when you don't get comments. Okay, so I'm going to hold this up for the camera once again. Someday I'll have graphics, but for now this will have to do. You are watching Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks. There is no punctuation in Fitzy's. And you are, well, for here, you're going to get techniques, tips, and tricks. I hope you're enjoying them all. If you would like to join our free Facebook group, we are FRQ Glitz Girls Scrapbooking Group. We're a free community of scrappers where we share, we learn, we get motivated, and we support each other. We have a lot of fun and would love to share that fun with anyone who wants to join us. If you have any tips, suggestions, questions, or if you'd like to share a layout that you made with me, please do. You can email it to me at Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks at gmail.com. And if you don't already have an advisor and there's something you'd like to purchase, please feel free to go to my website. I would love it if you would do that. If you already have a fabulous advisor and she's treating you well, stick with her. She's working hard to keep you happy, so support her. And if you are somebody who is looking to, maybe they want to get involved with Creative Memories as more than a client, I'd be happy to help you with that. I have a team right now. We have about 8 people on the team and we'd love to grow. So if you have any questions or you'd like to talk to me about it, please send me an email. I would love to chat with you. Okay, so what should you do right now? I would love to see comments. So if anybody would make a comment, let me see your layouts. Tell me what you think of this video. Do you like the circle cutter? I guess my number one thing is how many people were afraid of this tool, but now might actually go and try it. That's what I would love to know. Please let me know in the comments. I would also ask that you hit the subscribe button. And if you know any other scrapbookers, crafters, or card makers who you think would like my channel, please share this with them. I would love for them to see it. And after you hit the subscribe button, please hit the little bell icon. That will give you notifications every time I put out a new video. And stay tuned every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm putting videos out every week, so I would love for you to see them, and I don't want you to miss out. Thank you, everyone, so much. I hope you all enjoy what's left of the weekend, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.